because I knew you had it in you when I first saw you. I was like, man, this guy is, man, he got the juice. Because your
I
story was
have
so,
always,
your story kept me like a series. How it always keeps you watching and whatnot.
yeah,
That's I
yeah,
was
yeah.
waiting. I was waiting for more. The way you told it, it was just I was like, man. And I sent it to all my
And I've
buddies.
always heard that. Yes, sir.
That's it. We live, man. It's your boy Kim T finally caught up to my big homie Six, man, out there in Florida. How you living, baby?
Man, I'm all right. I'm all right. All is well, man. The Eagles just won.
The Eagles won, man. But
The
listen,
Eagles just won.
I'm gonna tell you my prediction since we jumped up out the gate. I feel like, and you can listen to this world, small town kid. I don't think they wanted Patrick Mahomes to win it. I don't think they wanted Pat Mahomes to win three in a row. Therefore, he would have shadowed Brady. The rings wouldn't
Well,
have mattered. He would have had three in a row.
I'm gonna
Now,
tell you what
mind you,
I think.
please share.
I'm gonna tell you what I think. I think we played one of the best performances in Super Bowl history.
Oh, no doubt.
I don't believe in all that conspiracy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like what I believe, the best thing, it's too many people. It's 11 on 11. It's 52-man roster.
Facts.
Coaches, coaching staff, and all of that. It would have gotten out by now, just like baseball. And this was before social media and everything is on phones and all of that. That just ain't what it is. On that note,
Facts.
let's not get into predictions and all that. We need to stay in here and right now. And right now, the Philadelphia Eagles are the best team in football. Clearly.
No doubt. No doubt.
Clearly. Put belt to ass. That was awesome. It was from kickoff.
Yeah.
From kickoff. I haven't enjoyed a game like that in a long time. I don't know about most folks, but I thoroughly enjoyed that game.
Talk about it, man. Just watching it, we went to some family, visited some family. Shout out to Uncle Rick. But like you said, out the gate, first quarter, the game was over.
Yeah, that game was over.
When I saw Mahomes' eyes was dark like Michael Jackson on Thriller, I knew he was confused.
But any quarterback, any great team, bro. You get to the quarterback, it's a whole different team. The great Tom Brady. And he had his best offense ever, putting up historic numbers, going up against a wild card team. They squeaked into the playoffs. It just so happens, as football is, they were playing their best football at the right time. Eli Manning turned into clutch boy cannon.
No doubt.
Just like Joe Flacco. In Baltimore. Flacco, no interceptions, 12 touchdowns in the playoffs.
Going
Where
ballistic.
did this dude come from? Where did he come from?
Facts.
Who are you? You didn't even make the Pro Bowl.
Wow.
And they had a smothering playoff run.
No doubt.
So congratulations to Jalen Hurts. Though I'm not the biggest Jalen Hurts fan. It's a love-hate for me.
Right.
I'm not really sold on a mobile quarterback type of thing. I like an explosion. I would love to have a statue like Joe Burrow, Matthew Stafford, a cannon, a gunslinger. I wouldn't mind having Baker Mayfield.
Oh wow,
and his
the pocket passer.
The pocket passer. Because he's gonna throw that ball to Mike Evans when he's not supposed to throw that ball to Mike Evans, but he's telling the world, I like Mike over whoever the fuck you got down there.
True.
He roll out, he throws the coverages. One-on-one. I don't even know what number that is. Pop.
Beat. Got him.
I like
First
that.
down. Move the chains.
And when you got a 1A and 1B wide receiver combo. Devontae Smith will go anywhere and be a number one.
Roll Tide. Meet Louisiana. Roll Tide from back home. So basically, quick question. So you're not too fond of the kind of the Michael Vick play or the Lamar Jackson, that scramble.
I love it on your team. But like for me, in a perfect world for me, I would want some headstrong, smart quarterback. Like in my head, Tom Brady is the GOAT, and number two isn't even present. Like when you can sit at that line, look, and not only call the defenses know that you're calling the defenses. This isn't something that's hyperbolic or like
True.
we're just talking because he's the GOAT. Like the best, Ray Lewis and all that, they would have these chess matches of he'll call a play, Ray will call a play, he'll recognize that Ray recognized him, he'll audible out of it. Like they would go through those sparring matches. Peyton Manning too. Like these are greats that could identify coverages and change. Drew Brees, famous for it. I like that. I like my quarterback to be smart. I can't throw the ball back to the coach.
Yeah.
Tom Brady is not finna rush for more than 5 yards a month.
Wow.
A month. But it is invaluable to instead, 4th and 4, we kick it off, play the field position game, get it back on defense. Y'all punt it off. We right back where we started. We'll get this, or we may be in better field position because we had an excellent special teams play, pinch it down inside the 5. It's a field position game. You got to have all 3 facets of the football team to be great. No doubt. Tom was a master at it. Brad Johnson was with Tampa Bay's run.
Yeah, sure was. So do you see a quarterback in the league with those skills and tangibles right now?
That's that statue. I'm going to tell you my top 5.
Go ahead.
Give you my top 5.
Go ahead.
Patty. Josh Allen.
So Pat, wait, let me stop you. I got to pause you, 6. So you saying Pat is 5?
No, Pat is number 1.
Oh, I thought you was going from 5 up. You going from 1 down.
Active. Yeah, okay. So Patrick number 1. Josh Allen's number 2. Lamar Jackson is a close number 3, followed by Mr. Joe Burrow, and I have to put Jalen Hurts there.
F5.
Because he's been winning.
Right.
He don't got the best stats out of top 8, but them games.
Right.
At the end of the day, he's creating a lot of first downs.
Right. That's what it's all about, moving the chains.
With his brand of football, it's 1st and 8.5. We only got to get about 8.5 yards.
And
that changes the whole dynamic of the game.
Right. 8.5.
Others have tried the tush push. They ain't pushing that tush like we pushing it.
Right. The Eagles.
Diddy, you have scarred us.
No doubt. Without the baby, y'all. I'm shout out.
Oh, man. Diddy.
So
Speaking of Diddy.
Oh.
Speaking of Diddy. What is going on with this man? What is going on with your friend? I never thought like, so I would always hear like rumors.
Okay.
Jailhouse, prison yard talk about Diddy and his freakiness and artists and all of that. But I'm not a conspiracy person. Like I hear stuff all the time. And it turned out to be true.
Wow.
In the Weinstein and powerful freaks of the world. And there's no surprise to me.
Right. I agree.
Get what you pay for. I don't necessarily like Diddy is looked at as like this bad guy now. Everybody was kind of willing participants.
Right. Where are they? They coming out? Is it over?
But I'm not sure. Like while he's busting out the baby oil and stuff, these were parties. These weren't kidnapping conventions.
Right. You drove there. You
these people. Now everyone's the victim because everyone's finding out like how horribly freaky it was. You motherfuckers. Everybody was there. Y'all, it was invitation only.
Correct. So
that's why I don't get the and this is just controversial, I know, man, but I don't get like the backlash of these Weinsteins and Cosbys and all
that's
that.
what I was going to touch on. I was going to touch on Bill.
It's a sign of the times. I'm going to be horribly brutalized in the comments for it, but like in the 70s, 60s, 80s, men of power, it's kind of like what they did. You know, you want to get in this here movie. It's happening on a micro level here. Baby, you want I know old niggas that they don't even have no game. Come here, girl, let me get your hair done. Come on over here, girl, let me get them nails done.
Yep, light bill. School clothes.
Yeah, let me pay that light bill, girl. That's all Bill Cosby was doing. Bill Cosby, let me put you in a movie. Bill Weinstein and all that. Let me put you in a movie. But because it's, you know, it's this movement and it's unpopular, bless his heart. But I don't know. Like, I don't know all of his cases in totality. I guess he was drugging folks, and I'm not with that. The rape people. You're going to have to censor that. None of that stuff. And, you know, I'm not with nothing that's not consensual. But, like, women kind of, you can look all over Instagram and I need me a man with 6 figures. I need me all of that. Well, what are your talents?
Right.
Well, I got this good snapper. I'm pretty as hell and I can dance.
Right.
Ma'am, that's kind of a prerequisite. You know, you got to be pretty, you got to be fine, got to have good hair, good pussy, good all that's it. But that's the end of your list of qualifications. I'm gonna give him everything. I'm gonna give him my all, cook and clean. All of these are mandatories.
Correct.
Just
the
like
basics.
With, you know, some women, I can't fuck with no short nigga. I can't fuck with no short. All of these things are mandatory.
Correct.
With me, all of these things are mandatory that you're counting as your qualifications.
It's out of control.
Yeah, well, times are changing, man. I'm getting old, man. I'm 32 now, and
what year? 32, 25,
what
7?
year? What year?
So that'd be 25 and 7 more. So 7 from
Man,
that be 93.
Man, I know what year I was born. I was born in yeah, I was
That's right. Times pi 3.14.
Where's the end button on this damn thing? You know I don't know how to work this damn thing.
I control it.
God,
I control the end button. I like it. I love it.
So I was looking over your stuff, man. I you know I'm a fan. I'm looking over your page, man.
Thank you so much, man.
You like to have fun.
That's it. I'm trying to find my niche.
Man, the very first. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Well, let me get this out of the way. Right now, I'm honored and privileged to have you on the KemptTV show. You know, I always tell people the power of the internet. You know, I'm like, man, the internet is so powerful. Quick story, then we'll jump back. Bookmark the fan we're just about to get into. But I have KemptTV since 2012. Like, I've been on YouTube forever. Like, I was shooting videos before people would shoot videos with the phone. So I would just, how KemptTV started, I would just go to parties and record. And people didn't even know I was recording. Then I would come home and I'd have to chop it up, edit it, and I'd throw it on YouTube and share it to the families of the people that couldn't make it to the party. So that's how I kind of got out there. I've been on YouTube like 2012, but I fell back from it because it became overwhelming because I had to record. The recording was fun, but then when I had to come home and edit and chop it up and do this and that and post it, and then I started making money off of monetizing it. People would call me to the venue. Hey, man, I want you to come record my party. So that's how I was like, man, I got to call it something. I'm going to call it KemptTV. But that's how I got into it, and I learned the power of the internet, my point. So, of course, I'm a huge Alabama fan. This is back when Alabama and LSU used to go bump heads. I'm originally from Louisiana, but by way of Louisiana, but I'm in Houston now. So I'm posting my Alabama videos on YouTube, just talking like, man, I'm a Louisiana resident, but I love Alabama, whatnot. So this guy reaches out to me. His name was Hoss 319, I think that's his name. And I'm like, I couldn't believe it. He's like, hey, bro, we're gonna be down in New Orleans, the LSU Alabama rematch. If you come to New Orleans and meet us, I got you. Man, I went down to New Orleans, met this guy the whole weekend. Tickets to the game, recording back all kind of footage. He got me in a Players Hotel, Nick Saban, everybody, bro. I couldn't believe it. That's when I realized the internet was real. This back in 2012, but I fell off. But saying all that to say, when I saw you on the show with Matt, I was like, man, this dude, I like this. Hey, I got to reach. And that's when I hit you. And then when I saw you started a channel, I was like, man, I got to reach out to him. And that's when I messaged you on IG and you hit back. I was like, oh, there's the sign to push. It's all gas, no brakes.
I see such a movement with the internet and with YouTube especially, like now more than ever. And YouTube has got these people logging into hundreds of millions of hours, and like this branding with content creators such as ourselves, man, especially in the beginning phase.
Correct.
But what is wonderful about like us is that like that's what I'm learning. Like reaching out specifically to like other content creators and stuff, Matt and
Yeah.
everything. You catch the right one, and like they'll bring you in. Like, come on,
Uh-huh.
man, this is kind of what we do. This is what it is.
Hmm.
It looks awesome from someone sitting down and looking at the videos, and they'd be like, man, why don't you, man, keep putting them out, man? I love watching you and stuff, man. It takes a lot. It's
Yes.
a lot sitting down, getting it, and then we're editing it. And then next idea. So now I gotta get this idea down. And but man, as soon as I turn on, I said, well, let me check out old Kemp. This is what I see. Murdering that gum. That nigga say, all right, y'all. And, you know, with your Louisiana, New Orleans accent. So we're gonna get this thing going. I said, man, if that gum could talk, that gum would be saying,
Help, help, help.
oh, he murderizing me.
For real.
Shit. Yeah, man. Let me ask you a question.
Please.
5 years ago, what you said, you've been doing this for a while, so I would say 10 years ago. 10 years ago, did you think that you would be doing this?
Well, I would say yes. I've always had a vision. I've always wanted to see myself on TV, and my mom used to push me. She was like, "Oh, I want to see my baby on TV." So it was kind of killing two birds with one stone. So I was like, "Man, let me create something to be on TV, or at least trick the world or trick her that I'm on TV." But so that's how I started KemptTV. That's why the name is so passionate, so near and dear to myself. But to
What
be
is
honest
the
with you,
Kemp?
so Kemp is my last name.
Okay.
Yeah, Kemp is my last name, and so it's like entering into my world, my lens, KemptTV. So
I
everything
like
that I do. But I'm like somewhat of a futuristic guy. I always tell people like I'm from the future because if you're living in the present, you're already behind, right? I always
it.
compare that to like Uber, right? The Uber platform. Uber kind of took away taxis, right? So tell me how is this company getting paid and they don't even have cars? They're just a platform. So you sign up, you
Platform.
drive your own. So it's futuristic. So it's no really, there's not really a new business. It's just a business that was already in place and they reformed it,
That's correct.
right? So now let's go. Like we say, this is new. We're in new times. Let's go back in the day. You think that our parents or loved ones would actually let a stranger deliver their food?
Nope.
Not at all.
Nope.
But now it's
Sign of the
like,
times.
yep. Now it's like beep beep. Or they bringing the chicken. Beep beep. Or they bringing the whatever.
Or back in the day, you think that a gangster would get on TV and break down the game.
Right.
Yeah,
Give you
man.
the game.
All you gotta do is flip this, that, and the third.
That's all you got to do. And they ain't got the money. Go get a loan. Go get a personal loan. Use that to re-up, then flip that, then pay the bank back. Now you up. Let's go.
Man, the hustle game is just.
Sometimes six, man, I sit back and I'm veering off from the question, but I definitely would be doing this because I love it. And
I
I
love
sit
it.
back and I think, I was like, man, America has so much opportunity. But if you focus on the bad energy and the negative, you'll never move ahead. How can a country give you money that you don't have? Because America is a country that sells things that they don't own. You see what I'm saying? So if I
I do.
got 300 bucks, but I apply for a credit card, they give me 10 grand, right? So now if I take that 10 grand and start a business out of it, then I can relate it into a business account. Now I'm making money off of money I didn't. It's not even my money. They give you the
So you're
opportunity to
not
be
gonna
great.
make the money. You're not gonna in this capitalistic uh, structure. You're not gonna make the money taking that 10,000 and putting it into the business, because in a business sense, that 10,000 depreciates in value.
Correct.
But when you purchase that business, start purchasing those assets, and then those that start selling it, and now you start getting the right side up on the loan.
Right.
Because that's the difference in people. Rich people purchase assets.
Correct.
Not gold and stuff that, jewelry and adornments. The rich folks, you'll notice like the rich white folks, man, you never see them with you may see them with a baguette or, you know what I mean? Something that you can look at the serial number, and if the event of whatever, it retains its value, that presidential rolling or whatever. But, and it's a status piece. It's not, I'm going to take this and go get Jacob the jeweler to put 20 band that's unrecoverable.
Correct. Bad investment.
You know what I mean? It's a different money. There's a different mindset to people who make money, bro. It's to me personally, it's like night and day. It's night and day to money. Because nowadays, bro, and this I know it to be fact. Like nowadays, money to me isn't by effort. Because every day I'm doing something, doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that. I have this business, I have that business. So I'm so active where everything falls, I wouldn't say automatic, but there's a chain. I do things today to affect next week, to affect next month. I'm big on laying those seeds and stuff. And I think such as yourself, like when you've got it locked into here to do it, like that, you're the only person that holds you back. Like we could be, personally, you and I could be probably double as viral or double as if we put out twice the content. Like if somebody went to you and said, you know what, I'm going to give you $40,000 every episode you do.
Wow.
I bet you by Friday you'd have 30 of them already, not just, they'd already be on YouTube and you'd be waiting on your payment.
Correct. Stacked
so
up.
It's all effort. In this country, man, this capitalistic country, there's money everywhere.
Right, just laying there to be made.
And if we as a society, like if we as a culture implemented like credit, like if our people knew what credit was.
And that's where I was going with you, my brother. I was going to ask you
and how sound that is.
Where did the disconnect come in?
Right from the jump. Because like as I was growing up, my dad, I had a debit card.
Right.
As a kid, mind you, I'm only 30.
Right.
So it wasn't that long ago.
93.
But like 25. I had a paper route. You're going to edit that out. I had a paper route, and my dad would give me a debit card. And then with that debit card, he would monitor my spending.
Oh, wow.
So then as soon as all my life I've had, I've earned money and then I've budgeted that money. And that was from young. And those ages 13, 14, 11, those are impressionable years. So like fast forward to now, I can literally sacrifice for June. I can, damn, I want to do such and such and such. And I can sacrifice. Like it's not, there's no temptation for me to want to go out this week and blow my money. And I'm trying to go to Barbados. And it's usually some type of material thing because I'm crazily materialistic.
Right.
That is one of and I don't even call it a weakness. I believe that in life you should have what you deserve.
No doubt.
You should always strive for more.
No doubt.
Even when you teach your kids, root of all evil is money and all of that. You still Christmas. What do? Ball out.
Yep.
You've been good. I'm gonna reward you with an item that was probably
10.
expensive. That was expensive.
10. Right.
And you get these expensive gifts once a year, so you have to be good all year because we're gonna check that list a few times. That's
front
just
and
the
back.
society we live in. I love it. I love
Yeah.
capitalism.
Yeah, me too. I try to live every day. It's one of my mottos. I always share with people. I meet them at the gym, wherever, walking in the mall, whatnot, man. You know, KemptTV. I'm always like, man, bro, I'm so positive. I'm like, you got to realize that every day that goes by is one less day that you have. So you gotta live
as
every
you
day.
get advanced, when you get advanced in your 30s, 40s, and you're getting, so now you start those ages. Now you start, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you've been around for long enough to where you kind of coincidentally start looking back at the years, and goddamn, somebody reminds you of something, and they be like, "Yeah, you remember that? That was 13 years ago."
Talk about it.
God,
Talk about it.
Damn.
I just said that, man. I'm trying to give away my age. I was talking to a friend, and it was like, man, we graduated 23 years ago. I was like, what?
23. What you talking about? Dog years?
I graduated 23 years. No, man. It's been like 5 years. My goodness. My God in heaven.
So that's why. Are you married?
Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, I'm getting married next week. Next week, Las Vegas, Nevada. 222. Appreciate it, 6. Appreciate it, 6.
Congratulations.
Kind of, you know, I can invite you to be in the building, but we'll be in Vegas next week. Next weekend. 222. It's just a flight, you know what I mean? It's just a flight.
I was saying, man, in order for me to get to that point of, you know, marriage and all of that, man, that is a contractual deal. You've got to be. There's an application, and it's got so many checklists on this one, that boxes, because it's a commitment. We're partners in this business. We are partners trying to move ahead, and I'm not finna let you in. And I got all this stuff I'm bringing to the table. I'm bringing all kind of meat, potatoes,
everything,
napkins to the table. What are you bringing to the table?
I say, if somebody got their hand out, that means that their hand is empty. It's the only way you can put your hand out if it's empty, right? But you got to watch out for that. You got to watch for that no box. You know that no box always have if no, explain. You got to have explanation.
I don't even have that on my application.
Oh.
If no, explain. Because there's a certain, I'm not going to, when I invest in somebody and we're locked in, I don't want to spend the majority of our relationship in turmoil.
Correct.
I feel like when we lock in, that's now let's excel.
Correct.
Not all that chasing behind me and doing all this and we fighting about. No, man, we're not happy.
Too much. Correct. Too much energy. It's bad energy.
It's too much. We're not happy, and I like to be happy. If we're gonna lock it in, handshake, you know, we finna do this damn thing. A prerequisite of that is we must be happy. Our ingredients makes for a delicious Kool-Aid.
No doubt.
Because I ain't on that sweet and tangy shit.
Yeah.
I'm not one of them. We're not gonna be the couple that's always fighting. All
the time. Known for it. I'm gonna switch gears for a quick second, 6. Again, like I say, thanks for joining the show. You know, I like it.
So do you know what that is?
That was my question that I was coming. I was trying to trying to see what's what.
That is 6. It's a C.
Oh, wow.
C, and then the Y, and then the X. I came up with that in confinement in FSP, ACI. FSP. Golf.
That's nice.
Have you ever been to prison?
Oh, no. Never, not never.
I didn't think so. I usually think everybody has. But like you've got like this kind of chill. I didn't sense it.
No.
I didn't sense it.
I've been around some of my goons now.
No, that's not an accomplishment.
Right. Nah.
Prison.
No trophy.
No.
Yeah. A quick question, so tell me about the YouTube channel. Like, how did you get started? What made you want to what made you want to join the YouTube world after the match segment? Because I knew you had it in you when I first saw you. I was like, man, this guy he got the juice. Because your story was so your story kept me like, like like a series. How it always keeps you watching and whatnot. That's
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
waiting. I was waiting for more. The way you told it, it was just I was like, man. And I sent it to all my
And I've
buddies.
always heard that. I've always heard that. So you know, well, you don't know, but like in jail and stuff, and I live in confinement, and you know, late night and trying to war stories and talk each other to sleep, man. So quite a few cats have heard my story, and each one of them, man, you need to. I just have that kind of personality. In dorms, they used to call me Alex Treblack, because I would organize these games. And this was, this was before I had access to Google in there, because I kept a cell phone once cell phones were able to be reasonably priced and available on compounds. But even before that, I would come up in my head with these 60, 70 questionnaires and organize these little games and stuff. And so people kind of gravitated towards me and shit. And I was like, man, I kind of really want to do this, this type of thing, or start reaching out, getting a brand. So I'm looking at all these motivational speakers, and that's really, I wanted to kind of go in that vein of what's his name, Kevin Samuel,
Right.
type of thing, because I did a lot of image consulting in about 10 years ago. I kind of had some guys under a different, I used to advise criminally on some stuff, and I had several cats like that. So I wanted to get into that type of thing where I'm guiding and speaking and all of that. And it just so happened Matt had reached out to me through Isaac, Black Zach. He had reached out to me through him years ago when they met. And I'm prominent in Zach's run of stuff. So he knew me from their jailhouse talk, and knew me by name and stuff. So I looked he was like, yeah, hit him up. So when he gave me the number, just as it is, he's already in my text. He's already texted me years ago asking, hey man, come on the show. Then he did a repeat text, but very professional. He kind of ended it there. He's not going to beg me. And then fast forward, I'm like, hey, didn't see that. Let's get on the show. So that was my first appearance. Then I wanted to do a second appearance. And when I went on there, they were like, so how's the show going? How's your cast doing? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get to it. Matt's like, listen, bro, don't black me. Don't black me. Don't say you're going to do it and then tell me how extremely busy you are.
Right.
And he's like, let me show you something. And he literally broke down his YouTube analytics and showed me, like, this is what I'm making for the month of October. And I was like,
no.
I've got to swipe a few cards to get into that. And he was like, and this is what your video made. Your story. I just sat here and listened to you give me almost 2 hours worth of content. So 300 and something thousand views later, and scrolling, I've made, $8,000 off of your video. Appreciate it. You want to come back on, and Matt is very straightforward and stuff. So I'm like, man, okay, I'm gonna give it a shot. And every question I had, he was there to answer. Every question is, and I had to kind of wing it on my, they're not going to hold your hand, but equipment wise and direction wise, like one thing that sticks to me a lot is you have to find a specific lane. Like, don't hop on there and be all over the place, because your subscriber has nothing to subscribe to or look forward to. So the YouTube brand would be different than the Instagram brand. The Instagram brand, hey, what are you doing? I'm doing this today. I'm doing that today. I'm doing this today. The YouTube brand, I'm subscribed for this crime stuff or that angle, or I want to hear about felons all day, or I want to my how-to guy or my motorcycle guy. You want to be very specific. So that helped. So that's why I went into this lane, because I happen to know a lot about crime. So
Right.
that's why I kind of went this direction, and here I am, learning Riverside.
Riverside. Shout out. No doubt, man. I support you 1,000%. I like what you're doing. I like the movement. There's only one way is up. I'm just so glad I got you early. That way, when I see you in the future, I'm like, man, that's what's up, man. Six doing this thing.
Question.
Yes.
And I was gonna do a cast about like the streets, right? Like from now, how it is now and how it is then, because we didn't have social media.
Correct.
We didn't have things are just different. Like cats will beef over Instagram and go live and tell it and all of that. Is when I say times are different, is the realness of it all different? Like is a real nigga from the 80s the same breed of realness in 2004?
I would definitely say not even close. Just the way they move, the movement is sloppy nowadays, right? So nowadays I feel like you want to be seen. You want to be you want to be seen. Like, how do you go live? Oh, I'm about to go knock this cat off. I'm about to go rob this bank. You're going live, like you giving the evidence to the world. So basically you want to be seen versus just laying low. Like kind of somewhat of the mob traits. Dress immaculate, tucked in, clean. You wouldn't have no idea, right? But nowadays, I just think when it comes to like crime and going live, and everybody just want to be seen. They're doing it for likes. Yeah, there's no way my uncle Twine would even move to where he could be the neighbor, go to church, nobody have no clue. So that way, when something does happen legally, nobody would still believe it. Man, not my neighbor. No, not that dude. Dude's a nice guy. You know what I mean? So I would definitely say
and things
no.
are just different. Like I was at the barbershop the other day, and a cat was out there talking to somebody else, but they were facing outside, so his back was to me. And his back was to me, and he had on kind of like a powder pink, like thin bomber, and jeans, and then these Nikes were very light pastel colors.
Not pastel.
And I don't even know real color names. I'm assuming it looked pastel-y.
Okay.
Very light powdery colors. And a bonnet.
Stop. You lost me.
So that conversation started in the barbershop. Like, wear bonnets, what you niggas? And he like, yeah, nah, old school, they wear bonnets now. And sure enough, while they arguing, I Googled it. And sure enough, on Google, there are men bonnets. It literally says men bonnets. It's got men advertising for the wear of bonnets.
On the package.
So my thing was, and how we kicked up my end of the conversation, like, this is the sign of the times. The line is starting to be blurred from like this hard masculinity. Like, that hard masculinity used to be what attracted women, not the metrosexual nature of cats, like not the painting of the fingernails, or like, I have nothing against any of that. Like, express yourself, do whatever, but like, masculine expression is different. But without a shadow of a doubt.
That's unbelievable.
Yep. And old school, I got one of those barbershops. I'm gonna have to set up some cameras in there.
Yeah.
But like, he made some real valid points. Like, masculinity is different. Like, back in my time with Wu-Tang and Queens and Nas and Mobb Deep and M.O.P. and all of that, and Tim's, and just hyper aggressive nature of it. I don't know. In my hood, And I think people are still, rough and tough.
So
Like they
actually,
still
where
get
you
into
from?
the
Where you from? You from Philly?
Queens. Yep,
Queens,
Queens,
New
New
York.
York.
Okay,
Yep,
okay,
my
okay.
dad was from Philly,
Okay.
born and raised. So I had two choices in the house. It was either be a
Man,
Philadelphia
what?
Eagle fan or don't live in that house.
Oh wow, that's
So,
this.
yeah,
This
those
is
were the
this
options.
is a real unique combination. Louisiana and New York. So it's like a destiny. I mean,
N-O-N-Y.
see what I'm saying? We got the end.
Okay.
We got the end. Also, back is like as you were saying, like back in your neighborhood, in your hood, it was just
Hyper masculine, hyper aggressive. What matter of fact, we used to fight each other hoods, and none of this same things going on with every other hood from Wisconsin to down here. But like that was the thing. Like all the jits, our jits are tougher than your jits. So the old niggas used to come get me and my bro and KG and them, and they get and we just fight. And I would want to fight because I would want to impress these niggas. Big Fam, Big Terminator. I witnessed Big Term. And that was my first big craziness. So they shot Term right in front of me.
wow.
I'm holding on to his dope. And Term and this cat villain, what's his name? Got into an argument over some money, over $75.
That was my question. I was about to say big bucks
villain,
or like
75 dice game.
oh man.
And he was like, Term was like, well, my money, nigga. And man, such and such. And Term was just an aggressive speaking cat because he was Golden Glove. And he just feel him against the world. He wasn't being tough, but he was speaking like a grown man. Nigga, where my money? And like the nigga just out the blue was like, man, you ain't finna knock me out here. And he was like, man, nigga, what you talking about? He's still advancing on me. He upped the fire. Term like, the fuck is you gonna shoot me?
Cut loose.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, it was just one shot to the chest.
Killed him.
That's all he needed.
Wow.
Yeah, and I stood there. I was like,
wow. How old were you?
I didn't know what the fuck. 11.
Wow.
11. 12.
Damn,
11 or 12.
and both these gentlemen from the same block.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. He got missing after that, obviously. Rumored to have gone out of town.
Oh, went ghost, as they call it, went ghost.
Yep.
My. Oh man, that's what's up, man. But shit, man, I like it, man. I like this. You enjoying Riverside? It's pretty dope.
I am enjoying Riverside. I can't. This has just opened up a plethora of opportunities for content.
Yeah.
I had some notes on you. That's what I want to ask. So you're idealistic to become successful. Like your idea, your level of success. Where are you going to be at? Where are you going to be? And what are you going to be doing for you to mentally say, I did it. I feel a success. Where would you be?
Oh, that's a great question. Because I think beyond the moon, the sky is not the limit. I'm beyond the sky. To me, I just like to continue to grow. Like just to continue improving. I always try to elevate myself. That was one of my how can I say it? Like one of my goals the past 2 years is to continue to elevate. So I really don't have like a meter or a level of success. I just want to keep better, keep moving with times, and just keep going into the future. Just keep networking like we're doing tonight. I'm honored and privileged to be on the same show with you. Man, I just got to keep going. I got to keep going. For one, let me tell you a quick story. So I've realized that most people might not think it, but myself, celebrities are just people, right? So quick story. If you look on this picture, it's probably blurred out. You see, that's me and Dick Gregory. So Dick Gregory,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Dick Gregory, that's one of my best friends. And how I met Dick Gregory was just like how me and you met. Dick Gregory.
Oh, wasn't he the one that taught Hines how to tap dance? Dick Gregory. I'm so lost. Dick Gregory. I'm finna Google.
Yeah, Google Dick Gregory. Google Dick Gregory. Papa Dick.
Dick Gregory.
So, but how I met Dick Gregory.
That's who I thought he tap dance for some reason.
He was a comedian.
That's who I
legendary
had in my
comedian.
head.
Yeah.
He was a comedian.
Then turned activist. Yeah, so how I met Dick Gregory was the same work, networking through KemptTV. So I'm posting videos. So Dick Gregory's road manager reached out to me on KemptTV just from a video. You know, like I'd be all over the place trying to find my niche, just like you said, how you treat the Instagram. But like on YouTube, I just be whatever I'm feeling, right? So I'm like, man, she reached out. Hey, she said, I like your content, whatnot. If you want to, you can come in and get some behind the scene footage. We'll be in New Orleans. She said, if you could, New Orleans again. She was like, if you meet us in New Orleans, you can hang out, meet Dick Gregory, everything. So man, I went out there, met Dick Gregory, we chilled, all the celebrities. So I'm just like, I can't believe it, cause like I never was a starstruck person. I'm never nervous, right? So everybody looking at me like I'm somebody, cause I'm with them. So she kind of put me on. I'm started hanging with them. They invited me to Atlanta, New York, all over just to come kick it with them and film. But at the time, I'm working on a full-time job. I can't move like I want to move. So that's how sometimes I was like, man, I could have been out there like going, traveling the world. Maybe my blessings was blocked. Maybe that wasn't my calling. Maybe that was what was holding me back. Not sure. But, you know, I did a show with him in in Houston here, like behind the scene footage. But all the footage wasn't like posted. The footage that they wanted to record was footage that they wanted personally. That's when I had to like put it on a DVD or whatnot. But I say that so when Dick Gregory passed away, rest in peace, she invited me to the funeral. The funeral was in Baltimore. So I went out to the funeral. I had VIP passes, and I'm like, man, I'm just a dude that was on YouTube. Like I'm in the building. Me, Bill Cosby, Oprah, the whole Nation of Islam. Man, everybody was at the funeral, and I'm in the back with them. They walking past me. They looking at me. How you doing? I'm like, hey, how y'all doing? And I'm just KemptTV. So when that happened, that changed my life. Just like this photo me and him took together, but that changed my life to like, man, anything is possible in the world. You can come from, no matter where you come from. I'm from a tiny small town, man, called Port Barre, Louisiana. You can Google that population. They probably got more people in Walmart than in my small town that I'm from. Real talk. But I was always in that smaller community, but I was bigger than where I was born, where I'm from. Like I was being capped out there. I always had the mindset of elevation and reaching out to the world. But man, yeah, I'm trying to just continue to grow KemptTV and put more energy into it. Like you said earlier, you know, I take heed to that. Like you said, if they give you 40 grand an episode, you would drop by 30 episodes in a week. But you got to keep
Weeks
pushing,
time.
keep networking.
Wait, where the hell KemptTV? Oh, that thing been locked in that room.
I'm gone.
I don't know what happened, man. He just been cranking out the content.
Pumping it.
I started really churning my content once I was told, are you blacking me right now? Because that's kind of like my attitude with a lot of stuff. Okay. Like I'd be like, man, don't give me excuses.
Right. Yeah. I call it gassing. Gassing me up.
I ride a lot. And, you know, I stop at gas stations and, you know, kind of smoke a little joint or whatever and chill out. And I meet people and I speak to people. I'm kind of like one of those type of people. And I've come across, you know, a lot of the homeless and, you know, they're just kind of chop it up. And I'm never going to give you nothing. Zero.
True.
I'll do trivia. We'll do like a little trivia. And if you show me something, because if you got more muscles than me and you standing out here, what I do like to do to make light of stuff is I'll stand right next to the person that's at the door. And like while they're begging, I'll come behind them and be like, if you got a little more change, if you could just help me out too, please. I'd appreciate. Ain't you got that motorcycle right there? And that motorcycle takes 93 octane.
Oh.
So yeah, if you could just.
I agree.
I'm trying to get some J's this weekend. Yeah. So if you got 5 on it, I'd appreciate it. I know I'd appreciate way more than him. And all of that seems like on an even scale to me. He chooses not to go to work.
Facts.
Day labor will open the doors for you. I respect them folks down at Home Depot, camped out in front of Home
Hanging
Depot,
out
looking for work.
To put the fence up, yeah.
Than a motherfucker that's sitting in front of goddamn Wawa asking for some money to go get high.
Yeah, you got some change.
You can't tell me you're hungry. You can't tell me. I mean, I don't have that because I've gone to the shelters. Correct. And seen the beds open in these shelters. I've seen
Right.
it. I also know that in those same shelters that these beds are open, they have stipulations.
Mm.
You got to get an ID.
Gotta
You gotta have an ID. You gotta have a job. After a certain amount of time, you're gonna be paying rent.
Mm.
Cigarette.
Oh yeah, nothing like it. Nothing like a Marlboro or Cool.
Nothing like an old Newport.
No Newport. The new Newports. 2026.
So I just recently stopped smoking. Ish.
Oh, congratulations.
Yep. I'm a vapor now. I cheat on about 4 cigarettes a day.
Mm.
I'm so.
That's good.
loving life.
I'm. You know what? As a new good buddy of yours, friend of yours, I'm proud of you.
You know.
You gotta crawl
I
before
hate-
you walk.
I hate that I'm addicted to cigarettes. And like the whole time that I've been a smoker, I hate that about me, that I am addicted to cigarettes. Like I hate when I need a cigarette.
When did you start smoking? Like, how long have you been smoking?
Oh, I was a late smoker, man. I started in my 20s. I started, and that was because of like the jail thing. So
Okay.
I'm in and out of jail, and I'm a weed smoker.
Mhm.
Can't get no weed, so I'm gonna smoke these rips, what we call them, the hand roll cigarettes in there, just to get a buzz. Now I'm smoking after every meal because it's as much habitual an addiction as, you get bored, you need something in your hand. Physical.
Correct. Like on a
After you
job.
finish eating, you need to do something.
Right.
After you
right,
finish fucking, you need to do something.
Right.
It becomes more habitual and shit. But
Smoke a cigarette. Gotcha. Oh yeah, man. This was pretty cool,
You
man. I
smoke-
like it, man.
you smoke
Oh, no.
weed?
Mm-mm.
No.
I be chilling. All I do is work out and think about futuristic, getting better.
So you don't smoke weed.
No.
Let me get all this straight. You ain't been to jail.
Yeah.
I ain't been to
Nope.
prison. What the?
Try. Keep
Yo,
on. You might you
What the hell kind of black?
down south, man.
Oh, they ain't gonna like that. I said, what the hell kind of black? I've gotten some flack about being. I'm not really Republican. I've got certain views against, not against. I have certain views against my culture.
Oh, me too. Man, don't get me started.
Yeah,
A lot of things are self-inflicted. Sometimes you throw a brick and then hide your fingers. But you know what? I'm saying all that. I'm gonna say Black Lives Matter, man. All with 6, if I can tell you anything. Black Lives Matter, man.
They do.
Yep.
Bill Cosby caught a lot of flack for having very similar views that I have with welfare and in Section 8.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of similar views because I don't think it should be so readily.
Do you think those funds handicap individuals?
Without a doubt.
Or do you think they're, how can I say, it's the opposite of, like generational wealth on one side?
Well,
So this would be kind of hereditary on the other side?
generationally crippling.
Yeah.
Especially for how many women do I know don't mind having additional kids for tax purposes.
To secure the bag, is what you're saying? I don't believe it.
Yep. And then, because and I know I hate to dive into these topics.
Man, if
but
you're gonna preach, if you're gonna preach, preach it.
I see it, I know it. And these are the same women that want kings. You know what I mean? But it's like if I stayed in your house, I got you're letting me stay in the second bedroom. I pay you $50 a month. That's what you require of me. And then sometimes I don't got it. And you're like, don't worry about it. I got you, homie. How hard am I gonna work?
No
How hard
effort.
am I gonna work?
A
Yeah,
negative number.
you provide a cell phone. We got a family cell phone.
I
So
forgot
you
about
kind of
that.
pay for that. Well, you kind of pay. Yeah, you kind of, well, you're a good guy. So like the more you enable me, the less I'm gonna do. This is why the concept of this country and the concept of capitalism, debt generates income.
Mm.
That nice house that you got, nice place that you got, the more stuff you get, the more family, you need a bigger house,
Right.
more debt. So it's going to generate more income. Now you have to work more. Now you might have to get a second job, but it's going to generate more income to pay the more debt. Debt generates income.
Facts.
That's why I don't mind incurring debt. It works towards I need a lighter so bad.
Exactly.
It works towards my credibility.
No doubt. Well, she's 6. I'm gonna have to run, my brother. I'm about to max and relax, eat dinner. I know it's late. Where you at? Where's 9:44, Florida? You still riding tonight?
You know, my rider just pulled up. My
See
rider
what I'm
just
saying?
pulled up, and
It's
I missed the ride, man.
it's
And
been
a
an
nice
hour.
night out.
Yeah, it's been an hour, and I didn't realize it's
We
been
ain't
an
even
hour.
touched what we were supposed to touch.
See what I'm talking about?
We just got it, but see, that's
This
that good vibe, man.
This is a trial
That's
run.
that
This is a
good
trial
vibe.
run, and we just.
This is a trial run, y'all.
I've been
But listen, there's gonna be a lot more of KemptTV and the Crime Chronicles. Yeah,
No
y'all
doubt.
Get ready.
Bringing it to you on
Y'all get ready.
maybe we can meet once a week, something like that, twice a week, however we want, you know.
See, now we need to set something up like that old reaction segment. Put in the comments if you want to see a reaction segment like yours truly and Mr. KemptTV.
No doubt.
Because it's coming. It's
The
coming.
southern
Give us
reaction.
Suggestions. Yep.
Please.
Give us the suggestions. We are here for you. You guys are what it's all making all of this stuff possible. So
No
put
doubt.
it in the comments if you want to see it.
Please.
Give us some ideas.
Don't be bashful. We're gonna talk about it.
Put it on digital.
No doubt. Don't forget to follow 6, man. YouTube, follow KemptTV, YouTube all day. Instagram, you already know.
Yes, sir.
No doubt.
Oh, and remember, crime pays until it don't.